All right, we are back on trail and we're climbing. There is Boom Boom right ahead of me there. We just got dropped off by Breeze, who is section hiking, so he's got his car. So we're gonna go 11.5 miles. As I said earlier, we're going to the Woods Hole Hostel. Breeze has my food bag, sleeping bag, most of my heavy stuff. I'm just carrying some clothing, rain gear. I'm carrying my tent because it only weighs a pound, and it's just a safety thing. In case I get into trouble, I have at least have a shelter. So it's windy, it's very gray and ugly. Not supposed to rain, but we will find out. And so we're just gonna slack pack the next 11.5 miles to Woods Hole, and then tomorrow get picked up for Thanksgiving. So for now, Recon out. There is, working his way across there. Boom Boom, up above me. So we left the Paris Cemetery trailhead, and we have 2,000 feet straight up basically to get to the top of this ridge. A little side trail here, and a rock. It looks like there might be a view, so let's just walk out and see what we got. It's quite a long climb up out of Pearisburg, I'll tell you that. It's kind of been taxing even with a light pack. And look at this. Wow. Pearisburg is off to the left over there. You can't really see it because the trees are in the way. There's a factory over there as well. Road right down there. Wow. Pretty spectacular. I don't know why it's so hazy out here. I'm not sure what that all is. Okay, so trail crosses this gravel road here, and Woods Hole Hostel is 0.4 miles up the road. So this is where I'm going. It's 4 p.m. and they're gonna have dinner there. The Woods Hole is a very famous hostel on the Appalachian Trail. It's been here since 1986, I think it said. So did not want to miss that. Did a short day today, 11 miles. Boom Boom should already be there when I get there. We'll have a nice dinner, and then tomorrow we'll get picked up for Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna close this out, say goodnight to y'all, and walk up the road here. So for now, remember our Gold Star families. Happy Thanksgiving, and Recon out. This is a pretty cool place. This is Woods Hole Hostel. It is, again, famous. It's been a hostel since 1986. Here it is. It is kind of in the middle of nowhere. I mean, holy smokes. Pretty cool though, doesn't it? Pretty neat place. Everybody raves about it. Says it's amazing. Says the food is amazing. Good morning and welcome to day 161. I am in the Woods Hole Hostel. Actually did not stay in this building. Stayed in the bunkhouse across the way. Right through the window there. But look at this place. This is a dining area here. This is kind of like a family room, living room area. It's just unbelievably gorgeous. And then there's a loft upstairs. It's got a bed in it. So anyway, spent the night here last night. This place was built in 1880. It's been renovated and it's just absolutely gorgeous. We just had a terrific breakfast here at the Woods Hole Hostel. I mean, the food is amazing here. Neville is the owner, does all the cooking. So Daytona Mike from the hostel in Glasgow will be here at about noon to pick myself and Boom Boom up and take us down to the Airbnb outside of Bland, Virginia for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Boom Boom's getting off trail. Basically, it's just getting too cold, and he's going to try to come back in April and complete this. I'm trying to decide what to do. The next 4 or 5 nights are going to be in the low teens, 12, 13 degrees, and that's going to be pretty brutal. If that kind of weather continues, I'm not equipped for that. So I'll have to see. My current plan is to go ahead and push forward, but it may get to the point where the weather just gets so bad and so cold and so snowy that I don't have the equipment to continue, and I'll have to come back when it warms up. So anyway, more to follow, but for now, good morning, and Recon out. Okay, here we are in Bluefield, West Virginia. I rented an Airbnb so that some of us could get off trail and have a little Thanksgiving dinner. Daytona Mike from the Stanimals Hostel in Glasgow, Virginia, was just amazing. He graciously offered to purchase the food, and he's going to do the cooking. So tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and Daytona Mike got the minivan from the hostel and drove all over the place and picked us all up in different places. So we have, I think, 16 people now. Way more than I expected. I was only expecting like 6 or 7. But the word got out, and people keep getting invited, and it's Thanksgiving. We couldn't tell anybody no. So we've got about 14 or 15 thru hikers plus Daytona Mike. And so anyway, I'm going to go out there and we'll take a quick look, and you can see everybody. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Tonight it's 9 o'clock at night. It's late, but we're all drinking beer and other stuff. And they're making a big pot of spaghetti for a pre-Thanksgiving dinner. All right, here's the crew. We got a whole bunch of people here. We got Top Shelf, we got Traveler, we got Boom Boom. And everybody's in there cooking. Daytona Mike is doing the garlic bread. And is anybody left in here? No, nobody's left in here. So this is the night before Thanksgiving dinner. And we're going to have some spaghetti. Yeah. There's Yellow Jacket stuffing her face with Captain Space Monkey. Typical thru hiker shenanigans.
I've seen this before. They've got a permit for this thing. This is crazy.
Awesome. Very good. All right. Y'all can watch these shenanigans in a couple of weeks. Good morning and welcome to day 164. I am back at the Woods Hole Hostel. So just to bring you up to date, day before yesterday was Thanksgiving. You saw the video. We had Airbnb. We had a bunch of hikers. It was a great time. Spent the night there yesterday morning. My wife and daughter dropped me off here at Woods Hole again. My plan at that point was to get back on trail last night or yesterday afternoon at about noon and go about 7 miles to the next shelter. The problem was the hostel vehicle that we were using to pick up and drop off hikers for Thanksgiving, it died. It needed a new battery. We got delayed by several hours. By the time I got here yesterday afternoon, it was almost 3 p.m. I only had 2 hours of daylight left. And so decided to kind of pamper myself and spend another night in the hostel. Actually had a private room, and it was awesome. So I'm gonna get moving. It's 20 degrees right now by their thermometer. It's also kind of breezy. So I'm gonna get moving before I get cold. Don't know how much filming I'll be able to do because I'm afraid if I leave my phone out, it's probably going to get too cold and die. But we'll see what the day has to offer here. Gonna go about 15.5 miles today. And I'm gonna get moving. So for now, day 164, remember our Gold Star families, Semper Fi, and Recon out. So I'm about an hour and a half into the day. The sun is up now. It's warmed up a good bit. I think it's gone from 20 to about maybe 30, 32. It's right around freezing. So I've peeled off some clothes. I got my orange on. I got orange on my backpack as well. And I'm wearing an orange hat. There's a lot of hunters out here right now. I've passed a couple. So I want to not be mistaken for a deer. The traveling's a little bit easier now. I had like a real heart-to-heart with myself last night because, you know, the weather's got pretty bad, obviously. Temperatures in the 20s, even to the mid-teens, and I was kind of like, geez, do I really want to be out here? So I'm going to try to get through Virginia anyway. My current plan is just to keep going and see what happens. But I would like to finish Virginia. And if I have to get off, I'll come back and finish it when it warms up a little bit. You know, 2 of the through hikers that were at the Thanksgiving thing quit, you know, that day. You know, Boom Boom and Traveler both decided to pack it in and come back once it warms up a little bit. So not an unreasonable decision right now. I'll keep y'all posted. I'm going to press on. First view of the day. It's kind of cold and windy. I'm not sticking around up here. I don't know why there's like snow where I am, and I don't see any snow in the other hills. Why have I got all the snow? That's just kind of odd. All right, it's 1:45 p.m. and it's still cold out, but not quite so bad. I'm hustling to get to where I'm going. I got about 8 more miles. I wanted to show you all this. Look at these trees. This is a gigantic tree that's fallen down, probably during the hurricane. And you can see this tangle of trees down here that the chainsaw people have come and cut. So look at this. This stuff is all tangled up. You can imagine how difficult this was to get through when these trees were all laying across the trail here. And there's more over here. There's a big root ball there. Trees there. There's a whole tangle of them all over there too. So, I mean, my hats are off to the maintainers, man. They have done some serious work out here since that hurricane. I would not be able to get through here without them. All right, I am on Virginia Route 606. The trail popped down onto here. I did a little over 15 miles today, and I'm walking up the road here. There should be about a half mile up a convenience store called the Trent Grocery, which is a convenience store and gas station. But they also have apparently a hiker room with 2 bunks in it that we're allowed to sleep in for a fee. So anyway, I'm gonna go up here. It's gonna be in the teens tonight. I don't know, 13, 14 degrees. So if I can go sleep indoors, I'm gonna do that. And if they're open, they have a deli, and I might get myself some dinner. So I'm gonna sign out for now and catch up with you in the morning. Recon out. Good morning. Excuse my hairdo. I just woke up a little while ago. It is 6:30 in the morning. It is day 165, and it is December 1st. It's 25 degrees outside. I'm gonna have something to eat here and get hiking. So this is the little, I don't know, apartment, I guess you could call it, that's attached to Trent Grocery outside of Blanche, Virginia. So a little convenience store, and I went in last night and got a couple pizzas. I got a BLT. I bought some milk and cereal for breakfast, and I bought a couple beers. And they let me have this room for $45. It's got 2 twin beds in it. It's got a gas heater, a full bathroom with a shower, a refrigerator. Pretty sweet deal, I think. And I had a comfortable night here. It's time to pack up and get moving. I've got about 18 and a half miles to go today to get near Blanche, Virginia, where a fellow hiker who lives in that area is going to pick me up and let me stay with him tonight. So more from the trail, but for now, Recon out. Right, it's 7:30 a.m. I have walked up the road from Trent Grocery back to the trail, now heading south. This is a cool bridge. I want to get this on video right quick. Not certain what this body of water is, honestly. The bridge is a little rickety. I'm assuming, at least hoping, that people inspect these things. I don't know. Look at all the ice. There's all this ice along the edge of the river there. All right. I'm gonna put my phone away because I don't want to drop it. I'm wearing gloves. But you can see, pretty cool suspension bridge. Yikes, that bridge was an adventure. That thing swayed and creaked and cracked more than any bridge I've been on. That thing was making popping noises and creaking and cracking noises all the way across. It's made entirely out of wood, so you never know if it's a rotten board or something, but that was kind of scary. It's still coming up from the highway. The sun's starting to come over that ridge right there. And we're starting to get a little bit of snow. Starting to get some flurries here. The weather's taking a bit of a turn for the worse. It's snowing and colder. I'm along a ridgeline here. Fortunately, the wind's not blowing too terribly bad. Got about 9 miles to go, I think. And then I'm getting picked up and going to a hostel. So not too bad. I'm nice and comfortable in my rain gear for the moment. Yeah, it's just still snowing. It's getting deeper and harder to walk in. I'm seriously thinking about my plan here. I don't know how much longer I can stay on trail if this doesn't let up. And it's been like this for, I don't know, over a week, more or less. So I'm gonna get to the hostel tonight and just start thinking about what my plan is. Well, I just hit 1,600 miles. Actually, I just noticed 1,600.3. So, yay, me. But given the weather, I'm not going to stop and make stick figures. I got to keep moving. It's pretty gnarly out here. It's actually, I'm on the left side of the ridge here. It's not too bad. But on the other side, the wind is just ripping. So, I hope I stay over here for a little while. So the sun has set. I am descending steeply. You can see there's a good bit of snow on the ground. Got my headlamp out. I'll be turning this on shortly. I've got about 1.5 miles to go before I get picked up and taken into the hostel for the evening. So for now, Recon out. And good morning from day 165. Last night I stayed here at Matt's house. It's kind of an unofficial hostel. He's not really open, but I reached out to him and he picked me up from the road back there. I did 18.5 miles yesterday. It was in the 20s the whole time. It snowed off and on like crazy, high winds. Looking at the thermometer or the forecast for the next 5 or 7 days, it looks like lows in the 10, 11, 12 degree range at all the shelters and whatnot. I was really struggling yesterday, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this hike. Those kind of weather and those temperatures are just not something that I'm comfortable being out in day after day after day. I'm going to go 16 miles today to the next hostel. I'm trying to kind of stay indoors if I can. And I'm thinking over my options, either getting to Damascus and then suspending the hike until it warms up, or getting to Damascus, which is where the closed area starts anyway, and then skipping ahead and skipping over the Smokies down to Fontana Dam, and then continuing. So this is my options there. There's still a stretch I can't do, and given these temperatures, I'm not sure I want to go into the Smokies because they're going to be far worse, and that would actually be a pretty dangerous place to be maybe. So anyway, I'm going to think this over the next day or two. I definitely want to get to at least Damascus. I've got about another 100 miles. So getting back on trail shortly here. It's 22 degrees out right now, and not supposed to warm up very much. I hope it doesn't snow anymore. But anyway, be honest, this is kind of a low point for me. It's just getting really difficult out here. So I will get up with you later today. Okay, I just got dropped off by Matthew, who hosted me overnight. It is snowing again, and there's snow on the ground, and it is cold out. So I've got about 16 miles to go. I'm going to try to get to Burke's Garden, which is another hostel. As I said, I'm trying to hostel hop so I don't have to sleep out at 10 degrees. So anyway, wish me luck, and I am off. been following these footprints all day and most of yesterday as well. I'm pretty sure they belong to Top Shelf, who was one of the thru hikers that was at our Thanksgiving dinner, and she is a couple miles ahead of me. I stopped on this comfortable log, brushed the snow off and sat down. I'm having my lunch break here. It's about 1:15, and I'm having my tortilla with peanut butter. And it occurred to me when I was at the hostel before I left that I should make it there, because otherwise I'd be out here trying to squeeze frozen peanut butter onto a tortilla, and that would not be easy to do. So anyway, I made the thing there and I rolled it up in some foil, and it's been perfect. So I got my little tortilla here. I've got my bag of Fritos and my water bottle. I'm gonna have some lunch, and then I'm gonna continue on. So I continue to mull over my plan. I think for sure I wanna go to the end of the trail at Damascus. So it's closed starting at Elk Garden, which is 20 miles north of Damascus. So I'm going to go at least that far and then reassess how far I want to skip ahead or what I'm doing from there. So I'll keep you all posted. This is pretty. I'm right near the Jenkins shelter, and I've got about 4.5 miles to go to Virginia Route 623, where the people from Burke's Garden Hostel are going to pick me up. So I figure about another 2 hours or maybe a little bit less. Right, it is dark out here, and I am hiking through the snow with my headlamp. I've gone just about 16 miles today, and I've got maybe half a mile to go to get to Virginia 623, where the people from the Burke Garden Hospital are going to pick me up. So it's dark, it's cold, it's snowy, my feet are soaked, and I really want to get indoors and get dry. Good morning from day 167. So I spent last night at the Burke's Garden Hostel. It got down to like 12 degrees. And so I'm back out here this morning. It's 17 degrees right now. It snowed overnight. I am going to do a short 5-mile section and then back to the hostel. To be quite honest, this weather is brutal. It's not really anything that I've prepared for. And I'm just going to do a short section and get back to the hostel in several hours. Probably not going to film much today because it's too cold to take my mittens off. So Semper Fi. So I only have a little short distance to go to get down to Walker Gap and get back to the hostel. In several places here, I've gone up to my knees in some of the snow. So, and I'm hiking in trail runners, so I'm essentially in sneakers. It's seeming to me to be increasingly idiotic to continue out here. So more to follow. I'll keep you posted. The snow is like up to my knees in a lot of these places. This is just so pretty. I had to get some of this. It's snowing like crazy. I mean, this looks like a postcard, like a Christmas card, you know? Look at this. It's beautiful. Good morning and welcome to day 168, and I am still here at Burke's Garden Hostel near Bluefield, West Virginia, and also I think near Marion, Virginia. We're kind of in the middle of this valley here. It's still super windy out there. They're predicting gusts as high as 48 miles per hour and a wind chill of -7 degrees tonight. So you saw the video yesterday where I was post-holing along that ridge in the snow. And I basically got down here and kind of decided just to rent a car and go home because these conditions are kind of ridiculous. Today, some of the other hikers that are here have decided to move on to Marion. It's about 38 miles by trail, and shuttle ahead. The advantage of going to Marion is that the hostel there is more centrally located. There's a Walmart, a gear store, and it's $17 a night, I think. So we're going to accumulate there. I decided not to go home today. I'm going to go to the next shuttle in Marion. I'm going to shuttle ahead to Marion with everybody else, and that'll give me a couple of days to reassess the situation. I don't want to be out in -7 wind chill for sure, but I get to Marion, I'll be indoors, I'll be with other hikers, and we can kind of decide what to do. I may still rent a car and go home and come back when this gets better, but at least that will buy me some time. So more to follow, and I will keep you posted. Recon out. All right, here we are. This is the Marion Outdoors, and there's the hostel attached to this. So we got a shuttle here from Burke's Garden, because basically Burke's Garden, we were in the middle of nowhere, and you saw the temperatures. I told you it was going to be -7 with wind chill. So we skipped about 37 miles of trail to get up to here. I'll have to go back and finish that at some point, but we're going to stay here for a day or two, see if the weather doesn't get any better so we can continue the hike, and I'll reassess whether or not I'm going to stay on trail. So for now, Recon out. Good morning, and Recon here. I am coming to you from the warmth of my family room. And so I decided ultimately to suspend the hike. You saw the previous video. The snow was deep. It was, temperatures in the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 degree range with wind chills of below 0. And so we ultimately skipped ahead to the Mary Hiker Hostel in Marion. Myself and Leaf and Top Shelf, 2 other thru hikers. And we were there for like 2 days, and the temperatures never really let up. And then it was supposed to start raining tomorrow. So it's going to rain for the next 5 or 6 days with temperatures in the 40s. It just wasn't going to be safe weather. And winter's coming on. So, obviously it was not going to improve. It was only going to get worse. And ultimately I made the decision to suspend the hike. Fortunately, I live in Virginia. I just rented a car and drove home. It was a 6-hour drive. And that also makes it easy to get back on trail. So my current plan at this point is to kind of wait it out. I hope to get back on trail on April 1st. I will go back to mile 1,626 at Walker Gap at Burke's Garden. That's where I got off. So I'll go back there and restart the southbound thru hike on April 1st. My son graduates college around May 17th, so I'll need to work around that, but it should not be a terribly big deal. And also, I was coming up in the closed section. I only had about 30 miles to go before I hit the closures north of Damascus, and that was going to cause a logistical issue working around that. And then there's further closures on the North Carolina side of the Tennessee-North Carolina line in Pisgah National Forest. That section was closed through there as well. So I'm hoping that by April 1st, they'll either have a reroute or a workaround, or we'll have reopened those sections. So I very much appreciate you all following me. Please continue to remember our Gold Star families. I will start posting again once I get back on trail, and we'll continue to march. I'm not quitting, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just taking a break to let the weather kind of calm down. When I was waking up in the morning and having to thaw out my frozen socks to put them back on, I decided it was a little ridiculous to continue to push, particularly since I was ending up spending more time indoors waiting out the weather than I was actually on trail. So for now, Semper Fi and Recon out, and thank you so much for your attention. Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. Recon here. So I have completed uploading the videos that I shot before I took my break from trail. So I wanted to do a real-time update, and I'll just tack this on to the very last YouTube video. So it's January 3rd now, so Happy New Year. And I've been off trail for a little bit less than a month. Still planning on getting back on. I've been watching the weather closely. Right now I am walking my little doggo. Where is she? There she is. That's Lucy. And Lucy benefits greatly from my being retired and having time on my hands, because she gets some very long and adventurous walks every day. So it's January 3rd, looking probably at the middle of March to late March, getting back on and finishing up. My son graduates from the University of Virginia on May 17th. So I may try to get on in March and get down to Springer Mountain and come back in time for graduation. Alternatively, I can get off trail, come back to graduation, then go back down and finish up. So we'll see about that. I thought about getting back on at Burke's Garden where I got off, and maybe doing Burke's Garden to Damascus. It's about 100 miles. I don't know if y'all are following any of this, but like I said, it's January 3rd, and there's a polar vortex thing coming from now until like the middle of January. 30 degrees below normal temperatures and snow. So I looked at that and I'm like, yeah, well, maybe I'll wait until after that. So more to follow. I'll start posting videos again when I get back on trail. And I do so appreciate y'all following. Please like and subscribe to the videos. Tell your friends. And please remember our Gold Star families. So for now, Recon and Lucy out.